Okay, here's my take on it. Not to get political, however, I just want to make a point. President's Day is today, and it reminds me of how black people say their voice and vote doesn't count. Now, have we experienced political sabotage in this country? Well, in my opinion, yes. However, the black votes that flipped the state of Georgia in this political race, in my opinion, proves the black vote has power. So, when we, as black people, with all we have been through, going to realize the power we have regarding more in this country and the more in the existence and growth of humanity, period. Bottom line, we are important. And in my opinion, we are the driving force of this economy and the trendsetters of every single swaggish image that the human eye can capture. But if we can take that power and direct it to being more loving and respectful to one another, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, or religion, that's a power that would break a lot of negative jackets that society has put on our backs. And with that said, good evening, beautiful people. What's up, Tim?
Hey, what's up, Chuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let people know that we are here every Monday and Friday at 6 p.m. I had my grandkids, right?
Okay.
And you know what slime is?
Slime.
You know, they got the kids for the slime.
Yeah.
I mean, the slime for the kids.
Like,
the
yeah,
kids
yeah.
for the slime. Man, they got the slime all in my car. Man, they got the slime all at home on the carpet. Oh my God, man.
Hey, it's easy to clean up though.
No, it's not. It costs money to clean it up. It gets hard on the carpet, man. So yeah, I'm pretty mad at them, man. I wanted to, yeah. I was mad, dude. I was mad, but you know, they kids, man. Hey, man, how was your weekend?
Hey, man, my weekend was great, man. My weekend was great, man. The only thing is, you know, I had to take some time to get the taxes done. So, you know, I got my taxes and everything, got that done. It took me some time, but you know, me and the wife do it ourselves. So, you know, it just takes a little time. That's all.
You know, being a business owner, man. Check this out, y'all. If you ever think about opening up a business, let me suggest you do one thing. Even if it's a crash course, take a crash course in business. You know, because pretty much business has the same mechanics to it. It's the same mechanics to it on how to run it, keeping records and stuff like that. Do that. And now they got applications out there for you, man, that you can. Do you know there's an application right now? Whenever I go get gas, I take a snapshot of it and it puts it right in place for me where I need it at. So at the end of the year, all I got to do is go there and download it and it's right there. So many things are, so many tools that we have right now.
So much right now, especially a lot of stuff already. You just put it on your phone.
Oh, yeah. It's right there, man. So anybody, just take like a crash course in business, because you don't want Uncle Sam to come, hey, where my money?
Exactly, and that's why I want to say to a lot of people out there too, you know, now if you do the taxes yourself, they ask you, did you get that stimulus money?
Yep.
And if you didn't get it, they're going to send it to you. So if you lie about it, trust me, they're going to come get it.
I wonder if Uncle Sam black. You think Uncle Sam black?
Man, I don't know.
I mean, they got, you know, the white dude, we want you.
Right.
But I wonder if Uncle Sam is really black. Because they be asking for their money. No, they don't ask for their money.
Right.
They come get their money like Uncle Sam is black.
They come get it. I mean, they might let it slide for a little bit.
No, Uncle Sam white. You know why?
Why?
Because, you know, white people don't play when it comes to their money, man.
Right.
They don't play. And you know what? The folks out there that's watching this that's white, y'all know I'm telling the truth. You know, we all have our own characteristics, you know. And white folks, they don't play when it comes to their money,
But see, the thing is, too, it's like they let the time go by, though. I mean, you get a chance to think you got away with it.
Yeah.
You done spent the money and got your new ride and everything.
Yeah. Black
and
folks,
all of a sudden you get
folks, you say, hey,
get that letter in the mail.
You say you got my money on Friday, they gonna come at you on Friday. You right, brother.
Right.
You're right. Man, what do you have in the mailbox for us today?
Hey,
by the way.
Yeah.
To all the folks, man, that reached out to us, man, for the segment that we did on Muhammad Ali, man. Wasn't that a good one?
Yeah.
And you know, the thing about it, we didn't get a chance to really get deep because of time. We didn't get a chance to get deep into Muhammad Ali.
But you know what? That's one thing about the photo album. It's really just to pay a little homage to, because most of these people really already know the details as far as, you know, us getting into where they're from and their accomplishments and things like that.
Yeah.
All we're really trying to do is just pay some homage, some recognition to these people, place them in the photo album, and let them know that, you know, they meant a lot to the people, man, and it meant a lot to us, you know, growing up.
Dude, the clips, man, them clips that's on there, man. When he was golly, talk about float like a butterfly.
That's right, man.
Sting like a bee, man.
Exactly.
Anyway, man, let's get to this mailbox,
Hey,
man.
Let's get to the stinging on this mailbox.
All right.
Hey, Focus family, I have a question for you. I just found out my brother has been sleeping with my roommate for about 2 months. Now the problem is he has also been dating my best friend for about a year. I don't want to get involved in the drama, and my best friend already thinks he's cheating. I've tried to get him to confess, but of course he won't. So the question I have is, should I tell my best friend or should I stay out of it?
Damn.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Damn. You know, I'm gonna give you two flip sides of that, in my opinion. First of all, your brother out of pocket. Well, I'm sorry, her brother, he's out of pocket, not your brother. I know your brother. Your brother crazy. Her brother's out of pocket.
Okay.
You know why? Because he already know the predicament that he's putting
her in.
Yeah. He already know. And he knows better. You know, if he gonna be a player like that, man, it's like this. What's the old saying? You don't shit where you eat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Obviously, he thinks he's getting away with it. I mean, at least for the last couple of months. So, I mean, he good. He ain't worried about it. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't think that his sister gonna say anything to her.
He wrong though, man.
He don't feel like she gonna snitch on her brother.
That's but I think ladies, man, they have a different code than dudes have.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And she know he out of pocket.
Right.
So, on a man's standpoint,
right.
My mother always told me to stay out of grown folks' business. All right.
So if it was your brother, you wouldn't say anything.
I would be up in the air about it. I would definitely holler at him again. Hey man, you putting me in a situation here.
You're right, because
this is my best friend.
If and when her best friend finds out.
When hot grits Al Green. Woo!
Yeah, you're right. When, because the longer it goes, eventually she's gonna figure it out. She's already thinking that he's cheating anyway. So she's gonna investigate. And when she find out who it is, she gonna think that his sister was in on it.
Yeah. So she need to give him some options. That's what I would do. Either you straighten this out, or I'm gonna have to tell my best friend.
It's that simple.
Pretty much. I mean, I know it could cause some friction between, her and her brother.
Right.
But
you know what? I think too that is the problem. That it's gonna cause friction between her and him. But that's his sister. He gonna get over it.
Of course he
know he wrong anyway.
He know he out of pocket, man.
Anyway. So Steph, if I were you, Stephanie, if I were you, sis, I would go ahead and tell him.
Yeah, tell him.
Tell your friend. I'm sorry.
And when you tell his ass, when you tell him like this. You get some baby powder out the pantry, you put it on your hand, and you slap the shit out of his ass when you tell him, because he know better.
And tell him we wasn't raised like that.
We wasn't raised like that, damn it. Boy, man, I love the family meetings, dude.
Hey, man, I love them as well. And it's a lot of people out there, too, that's loving it, man.
I love the fact that we touch things that actually happens in life.
Right.
That actually happens in brotherhood, sisterhood, relationships, parent-daughter, parent-son, cousins, man. I love this part of what we do, man.
You bring it, we got it. And what I want to say right now is that I was having a conversation with someone who brought up a previous conversation that we had on the show.
Okay.
Where we were talking about forgiveness. And we were talking about, if a husband cheats on his wife, that if she's going to forgive him,
right,
she needs to just forgive him.
Right.
And let it go, and don't bring it up every 5 minutes.
Right.
Or anytime they're out and they see a young lady out or something, he look at her, or any type of way.
Right.
She starts bringing up the fact that he cheated on her.
Okay.
And what my friend was bringing to me was, she was saying that you can't just forgive even though you forgive them,
right,
you can't just let it go.
No, you can't.
And
just let it go.
And a lot of times, she say that us men, we want to just let it go, And she said, if they were to do that, what would stop us from just doing it again? If it was that easy.
Check it out. First of all, to step on a woman's trust, faith, humility, not only her spirit, to step on that, that's a lot of things to swallow. Even with a man too. To step on that, it's a lot to swallow. To move on from that is very, very, it just takes a lot of strength to do that. So to say that, hey, you know what? Okay, you apologize. I'm a put it and slide it up under the rug. It ain't water under the bridge yet. It's just up under the rug.
Okay.
All right. To get to that point, that takes a lot of character in my book. Things still has to be earned. All right. If he wants her to really forgive.
So when we said before on the previous show, if you're gonna forgive.
Right.
You wasn't saying just let it go.
No.
You wasn't saying
no.
Don't ever bring it up again.
No. He has to earn it, or she has to earn it.
Right.
You know, everybody, men and women cheat. They go outside of the relationship. They violate the relationship. They do it. It happens every day. But when a person says, "Hey, I'm gonna forgive you and I'm gonna let it go," what it is, they tucking it under the rug. They tucking it under the rug.
Okay.
They're not totally letting it go, but then the other person has to earn it.
Right.
All right.
But you're saying if you're going to do that, if you're going to forgive them and you're going to put it under the rug, allow them to earn it.
Allow them to earn it. Allow them to earn it. And, keep bringing it up during any type of conflict. That doesn't make anything better.
Right.
And some ways, when a person keeps throwing things up in your face, some people get this thing, well, you know what? You think I'm doing it anyway, I'm going to just go do it again. Or you get those who you haven't done anything and they think you're cheating. And all of the time, and all the time they throwing things, well, who is this? You're doing this, you're like, I'm not doing this. You get some people to say, well, since you think I'm doing it anyway, why not?
I mean, so how much, you personally, how much would you be able to take if you weren't cheating, but your lady was convinced? I mean, she is 1,000% convinced that you are, even though she has no proof.
That is a lot of unnecessary stress. And that is normally when it's like that, and you know for a fact in your heart, you and God knows you haven't done anything. Normally, that's a problem, a self-esteem problem, or some kind of trust issue problem that person has brought to you from a previous relationship.
Now, what if she says, if you just confess, Chuck, I'll forgive you and we can move on, but I need you to confess.
My mama told me, if you didn't do it, under no circumstances do you admit something you didn't do. Now, if I was out there wilding out, and just admit it. All right, baby, look, I'm sorry. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but...
And all women out there, that's all they're looking for, and they're just going to let it go, right?
No. They don't let it go, man. When I was out there backsliding,
Right.
Most of us, and what trips me out, a lot of the people say, well, I've never cheated. You're lying. You not everybody, but most of y'all lying. Oh, I ain't never cheated on my man. I ain't never cheated on my woman. Man, just shut up.
But see, then they go to specifics, though. I mean, what do you consider cheating?
Cheating. Cheating is,
I'm having phone conversations with another woman. Am I cheating?
No, man. We having just a conversations. But, there's different levels of cheating.
That's what I'm saying.
You got the emotional cheater. When you get emotionally tied with somebody. You got some people that say, well, okay, do you love him or do you love her? Like, no, I don't love this person. It was just something to do. All right, we're gonna get packed. But a minute a person gets emotionally involved,
right? That's
a bigger cheat to a lot of people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So everybody out there, I mean, how do you feel about forgiveness? I mean, if you sweep it under the rug, I mean, are you gonna let the person earn his way back into your heart? I mean, I'm speaking specifically on husbands cheating on wives, and that's just because that's what the conversation that was brought to me. Us being men. And us saying that, if you're going to forgive me,
and we guilty anyway.
Get over it, But we both agree. You know, you gotta earn it. You gotta earn it, but allow that man to earn it.
Yeah, give him a chance to earn it. You know, and if he really wants, if he really feels remorse for what he's done, you know what? He's going to earn it. But let him.
Comment.
Bingo.
Hey Chuck, man, I got a pet peeve, man.
You got one?
Yeah, man.
You know, you've been having a few lately.
Yeah. You know, it's just that I've been sitting back and I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, you know, since we've been doing the show, and also with a lot of stuff that you've been bringing forth too. You know, it's been making me think.
I knew that you was gonna bring it back to me.
It's bringing.
I knew he was gonna bring it back to me, man. You know, yeah, man. But you know, there's some of the stuff that you.
That's right.
Always back to me. I'm the villain.
Well, you know, a lot of people point like this, but I point like this.
What's your pet peeve, Tim?
My pet peeve is people who ask for advice,
right?
But no, they ain't gonna take your damn advice, even when you give it to them.
That is very, very irritating. And here it is. A lot of the people, okay, because of the field that I'm in, a lot of people come to me for different advice on like my homemade elixirs and stuff for like colds and stuff like that.
Right.
I tell these people exactly what to do. Only a fraction of them follow it. And then they come to me and ask me certain things about, like, you know, parenting. You know,
right.
We veterans in the game now.
Right.
I'm a triple OG in the game when it comes to parenting, man. I got grandkids now.
Yes, sir.
So people come to me and ask me, dude, I get people asking me a lot of stuff about a lot of different things. And don't get me wrong, I like it. I love the fact that people trust me with that.
The questions don't bother me. It's that when you ask for the advice, you don't take it.
Yeah.
And then you come back.
Yeah. I got people asking me advice about what foods should they eat for certain things.
Okay.
All right? And I tell them exactly which foods is going to cause inflammation. Mm-hmm. Now, here it is. Now, certain things are addictive, and people have to go through steps to get through that. All right, it's just like being an alcoholic, man, or a drug addict. You got to go through steps. Food is also addictive.
Right.
So when people come at me with these questions of what should they do, and I tell them, well, I don't think I could give that up. Well, then what the hell you asking me for? if you don't think you can give it up, what you asking me for?
Right.
I'm telling you right now, this right now is going to shrink your tallywhacker.
Right.
Man, I don't think I can give that up. Next thing you know, they like...
Hey, man, you was right. You was right, man. You was right.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, but how many, I wonder, how many women ask their friends for advice, right? Their lady friends, right? And he's cheating on me. He's doing this. He's doing that.
Okay.
And then she'll give her advice. Well, then leave him then. You know what? You right. That's exactly what I'm doing. He out tonight.
Yeah.
He got to go.
And
then you go over there, and they over there snuggled up and eat popcorn, and he in the kitchen, and
yeah. If you're not gonna accept the advice that you get, because see, some people, man, they just don't want to hear certain things. They want. I think a lot of people, when they ask you for advice, they want you to tell them what they want to hear.
Exactly.
And when you don't tell them what they want to hear, they be like, oh well.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know why I asked this asshole.
You're right. That's what they think, but they shaking their head. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and they know they right.
And they know they ain't gonna do what you tell them to do.
Hey, look, I've had friends come ask me about relationship advice, dude, and I tell them this. Here's what's gonna happen. And come on, man. Again, we're not experts, y'all. We haven't went to school for this, but I am a scholar in logic, brother.
Hey, man, the school of
I'm
hard,
a scholar in logic, man.
Right?
You know, it's like, you know, when you done, been down that road, man, of trials and tribulations and stupid acts and non-thinkable acts, man, and really just following the wrong senses in your body.
When you take your hat off and you got a lot of lumps on your head.
Woo! When we are not doctors, we're not psychologists.
No.
We just have a logical outlook on life. And there are things that people like that can tell you that even a person who's been to college for 10 years can't tell you.
Right.
You know, like, okay, prime example. I have been, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing wrong with going to see a therapist, all right? Sometimes you need to get this out. You need to get out what's up here. However, I will suggest if you're going to get a therapist, don't get just any therapist. Get a therapist who's been through it. There are people who have been through a lot of things that you've been through, and they went and got their credentials to do what they do.
But do you think even when they get a therapist that they always going to take the advice of the therapist?
It's like they take not all the time, but they take the advice of the therapist more than they would take advice probably from us. Because of the paper.
Then stop asking me then.
That's not going to happen. They're going to continue to ask you, man. They're going to continue to ask you, and because we love our family, we're going to keep giving to them.
I reiterate, I love that part.
Yeah.
But if you know when you ask the question, I'm not going to do what they say unless they're saying what I want them to say, then why ask the person the question?
Ladies and
I'm not
gentlemen,
even talking about I'm not just talking about us. I'm talking about your friends, your brother, your sister, your moms. You go to whoever and ask for advice, knowing that you ain't going to take the advice.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you ask advice to hear what you want to hear or what you think you want to hear? Or do you really ask for relevant advice so you can get a different outlook on the issue that you're having?
That's right. And people out there, if you know somebody like that you're giving advice to, and you know they never take your advice, but they keep asking you.
Again, you go into the pantry, get some baby powder, and slap the hell out of them.
And comment and put their names in the damn comment, because I'm tired of this. They need to stop. Expose.
You sound upset.
Pet peeves, y'all. Hey, Chuck, man, you know, this is always one of my favorite parts of the show. You know, I really didn't realize how much I was going to like this part of the show, because it's been helping not only me, but I get more people than I thought that I would that's actually coming up and telling me, you know, the health and wellness part of y'all show. I like that. I tried the oatmeal. I've tried the maga root. I've tried the turmeric. I've tried different things, and it's working for some people. And you know, I don't know if it's working for everybody, but for some people, you know, and it's how much consistency,
it's a consistent thing. And you know, the reason why this part of the show is very special to me and important to me is because I've been on my deathbed. I've been on my deathbed and I bounced back.
Right.
So me bouncing back, I think I bounced back, number one, to help others. Number one, you know, number two, it wasn't my time. But number one, we're all here for a reason.
Yes.
And I think when you find out your purpose of why you're here, you have a different outlook on life, man. I am here for a purpose, and my purpose is to bring awareness, man, so we can live longer, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing people my age and younger having heart attacks and strokes and all these different things that could have been prevented. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some things that maybe can go on with the body that we're not aware of until it's too late. It happens. That's how the body works. You just never know. But for the most part, they're signals. They're signals that your body gives you that, hey, this needs a little attention. Our kids right now, they are growing up in the most unhealthy fashion ever. Overly saturated sugars are one of the main causes of young obesities, young diabetes, all these things that happens with our kids, man. A lot of it starts at home. You got some people, man, they know their children are getting bigger and bigger, and they're getting more unhealthy, but they still feed them this garbage, man.
But I would say what would you think the percentage is of people who actually look at the ingredients that's in food?
It's growing. It's growing. When I go in the store now, I see a lot of people reading labels. So me, one of my friends, dear friends, she gave me some advice. Katrina Carter, she said, the less ingredients in what you buy, the better. So when you get something that has a lot of ingredients,
right,
a lot of them, normally 90% of the time, that's not the one for you.
Well, one thing I have a question about is,
yes,
since you were talking about kids, our kids and everything growing up is breakfast cereals.
You got to be careful.
What's a good breakfast cereal? How do we tell what's good and what's bad?
I think the top ones. Now, you can't totally get away from 100% of the things that's horrible for your kids.
Okay.
But you can knock that percentage down a lot. My babies, man, they like Cheerios. Okay, they like Cheerios.
Now, just the plain ones or the honey nut, or does it even matter?
Either or, I give that to them. They like the honey nut. And if you look at the sugar content of all of that stuff, you'll see the ones with the very, very high sugar content. But I'm safe with Cheerios. My kids like, Chex and stuff like that. But I'm not going to name the brands that I would suggest people not buy.
Right.
I'm going to name the brands of what I buy.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking.
I buy Cheerios. I buy Special K. I buy whole grain cereals. I buy those. Okay. All right, that's what I buy. I like to know what my children are eating, man. Mm-hmm. I'm fortunate that my children my grandbabies, my children, they don't suffer with any obesity. I'm very fortunate of that.
I just have one question. Can you always believe what you read on the box?
For the most part, I do.
So if it says that it's healthy or it's good for your heart, it is?
No, I wouldn't say that. What I would say is you got to kind of use your own logic. All right? What's good for your heart? Whole grains.
Okay.
Oatmeal. Okay. All those things are good for your heart. Now, when you get those cereals that doesn't have any grains, it doesn't have any type of high fiber in the cereals. Mm-hmm. You kind of know right now you might as well just take your spoon and dip it in some boo-boo and just put it in your mouth. But for the most part, stick with the whole grains. Right. Stick with the natural cereals. And I don't mind paying $1.50 more for my cereal. Okay. If my children are going to eat it and it keeps them a lot more healthy. I don't mind kicking that in. And I know that's a little easier said than done for others.
Right.
But sometimes, man, you got to kind of bite the bullet and not go get your hair done or get your nails done or go get some new shoes and spend an extra $1.50 for your cereal.
Right. Yeah, your health is the most important thing, and that's why I'm glad, that we are doing this part of the show, and it's helping some people out there. And, like I said, if we could just touch one person, we've done a great job, what we set out to do. So
just read the label, y'all. Be careful of what you give your kids, man. It's very important that you do that. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Who do you got that we are paying homage to today?
Man, today for the photo album, this guy, man, he is actually our first hip hop artist that we're gonna be placing in the photo album.
I know where you're going.
About it, man, I know where you're going. It's the only person that I could go with, man.
I know where you're going.
My favorite rapper, and a lot of other people's, man, Mr. 2Pac Amaru Shakur.
Yes, sir.
Born June 16th. 1971 in East Harlem, New York, and unfortunately was assassinated September 13th, 1996 in Las Vegas, Nevada, man.
You know what's amazing? Him being a hip-hop artist, him being a rapper.
And an actor.
And an actor. Oh, man, and an activist.
And an activist, man.
Tupac,
this man did a lot.
He was another one, man. Kind of like, not exactly, but kind of like parallel to Muhammad Ali, that he was unapologetically black. Right. And he had no problem with attacking issues that affected
and literally
black folks.
Attacking
and
issues.
Literally, he did
issues,
not.
Man. He didn't play.
He was fearless with it. He had no problem, man, with expressing how he really felt. And he was highly intelligent, man.
Yeah, and he did so much in such a short amount of time.
He did.
When you look at how much he did, a lot of times when you go back and look at the time span that he did it in, it's like it blows your mind, man.
Man, hell of an actor, hell of an artist, hell of a writer. Just think about it. When he passed on, albums were still being released that he had in the vault. That's like some Prince stuff, man.
Well, the one thing I will say is that to me, when it came to putting passion and emotion into the rap, I don't think nobody did it better. I mean, he felt everything, no matter if he was rapping about a butterfly flying through the sky. I mean, you gonna feel it.
Pac made a statement one time, and he said when he writes, even if he's talking about some gangsters.
Yeah.
He raps as if he's conveying his feelings to a woman. So maybe that's where the passion comes out. In addition to his frustrations.
Yeah. Also, too, like you were speaking about, because my boys are the same way. I mean, Pac's a Gemini.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Gemini's in the building. What's up, y'all?
And that passion and that emotion that comes out.
I will say this, man. When I write, I really, 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 really know and feel in my heart, man, that they are going to love this song that I have coming out. I think it's a song that's relevant for today, and I think it's going to take off a little bit, man. I think people are going to really gravitate to it. He was one of those guys, man, that wrote, and he kind of wore his feelings on his sleeve.
Yeah.
And he expressed himself, man. So we definitely going to give it up for Tupac Shakur, man.
But before we go, what was your favorite Pac movie?
Believe it or not, it wasn't Juice. It wasn't none of the stuff when he was acting crazy. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite ones was Poetic Justice.
You know what? Yeah. To me, my like you said, Juice was my favorite.
Yeah.
Because of everything, I mean, he put into Bishop.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he put a lot into Bishop.
But I will say, Poetic Justice is right there with it because
it showed a different side of him, man.
Exactly. But we would not have seen that different side had we not seen Bishop at first.
You're right.
So
you're right.
You're
right, brother.
Him bring that after he did Bishop, I mean, it was amazing, man.
Yeah.
So we want to give it up to Tupac, his family.
Yes.
And we want to pay homage and welcome him into our family, the Fokus family. You're in the photo album, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit that subscribe button below and stay focused on the Family Podcast and get your Focus Family fashions right here.
Also, you can go to focusfamily.com and catch us both individually on social media. I'm Timothy Bridges 5 on Instagram and Facebook.
And you can catch me on all social media platforms, Chuck Lounge, as well as chucklounge.com. And don't forget, tune in to the ELO Global, every level of empowerment for your health, wellness, and wealth journey. I'm Chuck Lounge.
And I'm Tim B. And never forget that
family only keeps us strong.
Till next time.
Yes, sir.